All right, episode 2, the second episode. Let's go. What's up, exiles? We're back. I'm back, actually, from New Zealand. Yeah, ExileCon was wild, to say the least. But it feels good to be home, finally. I just gotta work on getting back into my routine. I got a little bit of, like, the post-con blues, and I got a little bit of, like, the con flu that happened to a bunch of other people, so I'm like working on that, but I'm feeling better. And I figured what better way to get back into my routine than with a second episode of our new series. Now this one was suggested by Yali. We're going to do the Arcane theme this time around. Now this one's fun since there's so many good like arcane spell effects in the game already. Like an MTX setup that uses that theme is going to look good on like a ton of different builds. Also want to let you guys know, stay tuned to the end of the video. I've got a couple of announcements, and also we're going to be doing a giveaway of some of the new supporter packs that are going to be coming out this weekend. That's going to be the Sanctum and the Damnation sets. So if you want to win one of those, stay tuned to the end to learn how. And also, as far as like building looks for this video goes, instead of just like randomly throwing together anything that looked blue, I tried to keep each one of the various setups in this video to a specific theme, since again, there's so much arcane stuff to go off of, and we want to have a little bit of focus. Let's jump right in. So first up is this tribal magic looking guy. Now this is inspired by a bit more of an olden style of magic. I tried to incorporate as many earthy tones and just like a ton of antlers into this setup as I could. Notably, this is my first use of Bitterbind's 3D art in an MTX setup since it was added back in Betrayal. Love that. I really want to use it more, but as far as it goes, this is the first thing I've tried to fit it into. The base of the set is the Wild Gold armor. Now when Wild came out, I wasn't initially the biggest fan of the armor set. I much prefer its sister set, the Wrangler, but as time has passed and I've played around with it more, I'm really starting to enjoy it. Capes, boots, gloves are legacy content though, and if you don't have access to the Harpy set, this look becomes a bit harder to reproduce, but I'm sure if you really like the concept, then it's not going to be all that difficult. There's some other things like, you know, the Stygian stuff that you could fit in there and it would still look just fine. All right, next up, this is Spellkeeper. Spellkeeper is your traditional mage, if you will. The idea here is books. All the books start with as many books as you can find. Add more books. Play totem books if you have to. Use the Plague Scribe weapon. It fits well into that theme of books. We also use the Secret Weapon effect on top of it. Kind of give it more of a darker look. I like this idea of like this traditionally more benevolent character hiding or controlling some kind of dark magic, or being bound by its power. I think it's a cool thematic, and it matches the pet, which is awesome. They had a synthesis. If you don't have access to the synthesis hat, the Mageguard hood works just fine. All in all, the look is pretty easy to recreate. It rests mostly on Mageguard. You can swap in things as you like. And again, that's the fun thing about this theme, is that so many things work with it. So you just gotta find what works for you. Now, our next look is a little bit more grounded in reality. This is the Machinist. Every other character on this list is arcane in nature. This guy's the realist. He relies on mechanized equipment for the source of his power. The look itself revolves around Leercast's shield and the Obscuriantis 3D art, with everything else kind of being secondary. The steam-powered weapon doesn't really match unless you use the Assassin Weapon effect, which will change the texture of the steam weapon to match Leercast quite nicely. And that's an easy cheat you can use to make the combo far more cohesive than it would have been otherwise. Battery functions as the less bulky of the two lightning-themed backpacks, but either work here, either this or Stormcaller. Or you could use something like the Wasteland or the Wrangler wings, also kind of fit with the gear theme we got going on here. But I feel like wings take away from the grounded look of this character, and even the backpack is kind of a little bit too much at sometimes. So don't feel like you need it. You don't. This is a really simple and great character that doesn't need a lot of flash to look good. If you do like flashy characters though, this next combo is for you. This is the Synthi. This character is my pride and joy. Still to this day, I think Delve's supporter packs are some of the strongest ones we've ever gotten, specifically Soul Stealer. There's really no other armor in the game that even comes close to how it looks. Just, it really is unique. However, it sat in the back of my collection for a long time not being used. This look didn't start to come together until months later when the Madcap box was released. I discovered that the gloves and the boots from the Madcap set work much better on this armor than they do on their own, or that Soul Stealers do on it. It really adds to like the ethereal, hollow body feel. Couple that with the Mageguard hood that came a few months after that, nearly perfectly matches the tone of the armor, and then the synthetic challenge wings and the synthetic crown, and you get basically one of the cleanest and most complete looks they've ever released. If you're one of the many exiles who skipped the Synthesis League and you don't have the wings, Crucible also works in this combo. If that's no for pricing reasons, Illusionist is your next best bet. You do have options, but I feel at the end of the day, the exclusive nature of this combo really hurts it. Like, it's cool to show off here and there, but it's not something that a ton of exiles are going to be able to reproduce for themselves, so that kind of feels bad. Now, variating from the theme of our episode just a bit for the community features, our feature this week comes from an exile by the name of Enigma. He sent me this really cool looking Oni demon character using Hail Negator and the Coming Calamity. Along with the Vanguard weapon effect, it makes for a very all the roses look, which is quite cohesive. And also, if you skip the weapon effect, very cheap on the bank account, clocking in at like 10 points for the skin transfers. So that's very nice. And also, if you wanted to add a bit more complexity to it, you could always throw in something like a red cape and it would look great. So all in all, very nice combo, Enigma. Thank you for that. So that feature ties us in nicely to our contest. Now, last episode, I introduced a way for you guys to send me MTX setups via the submissions email, get featured in a video, all cool. So in the next video, I'm going to award 3 of those community combos a supporter pack of their choice, either from the new Sanctum or the Damnation sets coming out this weekend for the Metamorph League. So you get to pick a new pack, have it for free if you win. That's kind of cool. And yeah, those should be available pretty quick. Episode 3's theme is going to be Breachlords or Breach in general. So send me your best idea of how to do a Breachlord or how it should look in game. And you can make it in the theme of one of the current lords, or you can make your own. I'm not picky. I just like cool MTX. Do that by the time the episode goes live, and you'll have a chance to win some, hopefully, sick new MTX. So yeah, that's how you want to support a pack. Also, to let you guys know, starting with Metamorph League on December 13th, or whatever the launch date is, I'm not completely sure, I will be streaming on Twitch. It's a decision I've been playing with a while. This is the 1 year anniversary, sort of this time frame is the 1 year anniversary of when I started the channel. I've been really grateful for all the support the community has given me so far with the videos on YouTube and with the encouragement of some of the other creators I met at ExileCon. I was like, yeah, maybe for the second year I'll try streaming. So yeah, I have a Twitch up. It's available to subscribe to. It's kind of empty right now. I haven't finished making all the assets for it and all the buttons and all the cool little stuffs and anything. So that's going to come in the next few weeks. But by the time Metamorph goes live, it should be up and functional. And yeah, you can come see how I play the game. So yeah, that does it for me, guys. Thank you for watching.